Oh boy. The View is back in the news again after Pan Greer lies about lynching live on TV. So let's go ahead and get in the video, shall we?
You faced a lot of racism growing up in Columbus, Ohio. How did that shape you?
We would go from tree shade to get back to the apartment. My brother and I, my mom with bags, and my mom would go, "Don't look, don't look, don't look," and she'd pull us away because there was someone hanging from a tree.
Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell to get notifications anytime I go live or make a video. Make sure you still subscribe to this channel, like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Let's get into this. Let's get to these people of the melanin that literally make me sick. The white liberal is the worst. The white liberal blue-head devil is the worst people in American history. We could do without those people. But the next in line is these ignorant melanated people. I don't understand. At some point, like when you young, if I heard a young black man talking stupid, I would love to correct that young black man. And I understand that young black man maybe not have exposure and experience with money and resources. So they may feel that they're under the boot of the white man. When you this old, or when you making all that money and you still lying about racial tension in America and that you somehow oppressed, you ain't gonna make heaven lying like that. Roll this woman on The View talking silly. Roll it.
You faced a lot of racism growing up in Columbus, Ohio. How did that shape you?
Whew. Well, the military wouldn't allow black families to live on the base, so you had to live in an apartment, and you couldn't take a bus. You couldn't afford a car. You walked. Your dads walked to the base, and sometimes we would go from tree shade to get back to the apartment. My brother and I, my mom with bags, and my mom would go, "Don't look, don't look, don't look," and she'd pull us away because there was someone hanging from a tree. And they have a memorial for it now.
Hold on.
Where you can
Hold
see.
on, woman. Hold on. Is she time traveling? Somebody hanging from a tree. Is she 150 years old? Like what? I don't know. How old are you? Last lynching in Ohio was in 1911. Ma'am, you talking about in 1911 your mama and them did that? Now, if you're talking about a murder where somebody was killed and hanging from a tree, that's different. You are articulating an example of a culture of lynching. But let me give y'all some stats real quick for you ignorant melanated people. And not all black people are dumb. I gotta say that because somebody, you always talking about black people. You hate your mama. I love my mama. I take care of my mama. But anyway, I appreciate all the people who have gotten verdict already because a ton of y'all have gotten verdict. I mean, so many people, my head is spinning. And you will not be disappointed. The best bourbon I've ever tasted. If it wasn't the best bourbon I ever tasted, I would not waste my time, effort, energy, and investment into starting a bourbon. Best bourbon on the market. Are you a guilty or not guilty type person? I'm more of I do both. Sometimes I'm feeling guilty. Sometimes I'm feeling not guilty. But make sure if you're interested, it's available for pre-order right now. You can also read the story of how we developed Verdict. It's listed right here. It's also on the back of our bottles. So make sure if you're interested, go on. You must be 21 and over, obviously, but you make sure you drink responsibly. We don't do the irresponsible drinking. We don't do the drinking to get drunk and intoxicated. Pre-order today. When you get the checkout, if you get both, we got free shipping for you. If you get the case, we got free shipping for you. And and also, if you have any issues, just message us on customer service. Let us know. Got these ignorant folk. If you look at the history of lynching, the 60-year history of lynching, more young black men die in a 6-month period in America today than the entire 60-year history of lynching. And if you want to claim that the numbers of lynching, which I think recorded is about 3,200 black people have been lynched, and it was about 1,200 or 1,400 white people. I haven't looked up the stats lately, but it's somewhere around there. If you want to say those lynchings were off, right? They didn't keep track of every lynching. Let's double it. That means 60 years of lynching More black people kill each other in 1 year than 60 years of lynching. And your plight is a fake story about somebody getting lynched. Ma'am, if somebody got lynched, we should be able to look that up right now. Because if somebody was killed and lynched near a military base, there would have been an investigation and a report, and it would have made the news. We should be able to find that person that you claim and hanging from that tree. I dare you to go find that story written in the newspaper about somebody who got lynched when you claim that you were walking to school and your mom and them covering your eyes. You know, the thing is that I almost put this on my life. That if you ask her more detailed questions, she won't be able to answer it because she made it up. I think she made it up. It could be true. The likelihood is not likely. But you say he was hanging from a tree. What tree? What kind of tree? Was it a noose on his neck? How long was he hanging there? Was there a police report? Did you hear about it on the news? She don't have none of that information. Was he hanging in front of a house or a business? She don't have that pattern in her mind because it didn't happen. That's what I learned as a police officer, is that you just ask people follow-up questions and you can tell whether they have an authentic experience with that thing or they just made it up. All right, I'm going to let her finish. 18 seconds, then we're going to get to the tennis player. Roll it.
Where people were and left. And it triggers me today
It didn't even
to
happen.
see that a voice can be silenced. And if a white family supported a black, they're going to get burned down or killed or lynched as well.
Yeah.
This woman is crazy. This woman is crazy. Let's go to the other one. I'm so disappointed in this young girl, Coco. Somebody asked about some race relation thing, and she was like, I'm not talking about that. But listen to what she's saying, as she's worth millions of dollars in America, playing a white man's sport. I guarantee you the people who are her sponsors are white people. She got a New Balance shirt on. I bet you New Balance is her sponsor. I bet you New Balance is owned by a white person. I bet their PR team is filled with white people. Her other advertisers are probably all white. A black man don't own Rolex. Look behind her. Rolex, some Chinese company, look like Kia is behind her. Look like she's in Melbourne. Could that be Melbourne? She in a white sport around nothing but white people, sponsored by white people. And she complaining about how, and you know who watching her? White people. Only way a black person know that she played tennis because they saw on TV and they like, black girl power. They ain't watching it. Ain't no black people watching tennis. I ain't never heard of this girl until I saw on the news beating that white girl in tennis. And that white girl had a poor attitude. But listen to what she said, man, and you tell me in the comment section, what's your verdict? Is she lying or is she telling the truth? Roll the clip.
Hi, Coco. Congrats. This is a bit of a heavier question to start, but you're usually pretty outspoken about political issues, and I'm curious how you feel about the state of the U.S. 1 year into the second Trump administration.
I mean, I think I've already stated my opinions in the past on how I feel about it. And yeah, I mean, I've hoped forward that we can have a lot more peace in our country and more kindness on the way we speak to each other about different topics and things like that. But yeah, obviously I've been pretty vocal about how I felt, and yeah, I don't feel at this point, I feel a bit fatigued talking about it just because of the fact that it is hard also, I think, being a black woman in this country and having to experience things even online, and seeing your marginalized communities being affected. And knowing that I can only really donate and speak out, and I try my best to do that. But yeah, I just hope that as time continues that we can reach a state where we're not currently in and we keep moving forward. I posted that video of Martin Luther King yesterday, and that was kind of saying that we must keep moving forward even though things may not be as calm as I would like it to be right now.
Bro, like, am I living in a different dispensation of time? Am I on another planet? Being black in America is not hard. Being black in America around other black people is hard. But being black in America in general is not a hard thing. When you talk, especially for rich black people. If she was poor and she was eating top ramen, then maybe I'll listen to her. She rich. Hey, Grant, can you look this up for me? Where does Coco live? I want to know if the internet has any access to generalizing what side of town or what community did Coco live in. I bet you my life she probably live around nothing but white people. And these white people kiss her dirty draws. She can't go out in public without white folks coming up to her and kissing her butt because she's a good tennis player. Like, I don't understand why these people perpetuate this idea of living life through a lens that black people somehow have it harder than everybody else. Can I say this? Not poor, poor white people, life is just as hard as poor black people. As it relates to America as a whole and the government, when it comes to the communities, black people have a tougher time than poor white people because of the black people. When I was a patrol officer, I patrolled poor white neighborhoods. Daddies weren't there. Abuse was happening. Alcoholism was out of control. Murders were out of control. And the only thing that the white community didn't have that the black communities had was gang violence, which is why it's so much more dangerous living around other black people as a black person than what poor whites deal with. But don't get it twisted. It's tough being poor. It's tough struggling for everybody. But when you're acting as if you still, let me tell you what happens to these people real quick. And then I think we're at an hour. Let me tell you what happens to people. And since I'm burnt out of black people, silly ones, and all that hood stuff, I used to live in the hood. I want nothing to do with the hood. There ain't nothing good coming out of the hood as far as what it could be. I'm not saying the people that come out of the hood are not good. It's that a lot of what go on in the hood keep you stuck. And it really is not. When you go live in other areas, you realize this is why we still held back. It ain't nothing to do with the white man. I got a couple clips to prove that here in a second. But when you make it, you feel this level of, I want to say survivor's guilt, but it's more so prosperity guilt. Because you as a black person make it out and you're prosperous and you're very successful, you look back and you feel bad because you feel like you left all the other black people behind. Even if you ain't never really lived around black people. I can hear it in her voice that she didn't grow up around black people. But they feel some type of way. LeBron James feel the same way. And therefore they need to connect with black people and say, I'm still like y'all. When LeBron James ain't really never been like y'all. LeBron James was like 6'6" in the 8th grade. Everybody was kissing his butt and they knew he was going to play in the NBA. LeBron James went to the NBA out of high school. His mama was set before he ever stepped foot in the NBA. His experience as a black man is not like most black people. But yet he feel this guilt, this survivor's guilt, that he got to go back and say, well, I'm connected to y'all. No, he's not. He don't live around y'all. He don't really fool with y'all like that. And most of his endeavors. I think his lawyer is black. His homeboys that he helped out of high school, which I thought was incredible, they're black. His wife is black. Let's see. She live in Delray Beach, Florida. Majority white community, 55% white. Now, in that community, what house she live in? See if we can find out what her house is, because sometimes you can find celebrity houses and see how much their house costs. It ain't that hard for you, sis. I'm black. I live around nothing but white people, and I ain't never had one problem. White people waving at you. And if somehow a white person thinks something about me, why do I care? I don't care if a white person don't like me, just like I don't care if a black person don't like me.
Howie Mandel here. You wake up tired, you crash by noon, then can't sleep at night. Sound familiar? I think we can all relate. Shinergy Day gives you clean, lasting energy. No crash, no jitters, no nonsense. It's perfect for those long work days, intense workouts, or just trying to keep up with the kids. Shinergy Night helps you shut it all down. No melatonin fog, just real, restful sleep. If your mind won't stop and your body can't keep up, Shinergy is here to help. Use code Howie20 at ShinergyLife.com.
And if somehow a white person thinks something about me, why do I care? I don't care if a white person don't like me, just like I don't care if a black person don't like me. But for some reason, these black folks, they're so fixated that if a white person says something, they get offended by it. I don't get no more offended by a white person saying something to me than a black person. Because I don't jump the race. You're just an ignorant fool. I'll give you an example real quick, and then I'm gonna finish the clip, or I'm gonna go to another clip. Or maybe I'll say this clip for tomorrow. It's a very successful black man that I see online. I follow him. He's big in real estate. He looks like he's a multimillionaire. He fly private, which private flights are incredibly expensive. So you either got a jet car where you charter flights, or you own your own jet, which is, you got to be worth millions of dollars. This guy talks about how he's millions. He's in Rolls Royces. He ride around in a Sprinter van. He brags about how rich he is. And when I say brag, he's articulating how he's generated wealth. He said in his video the other day, which turned me off. Before we get there, Coco lives in a $3.2 million mansion. So difficult being black and her in America. This guy said he went to his property. He was doing like some, not maintenance, but he was doing like an inspection. And y'all got to think, this black man is built. He got a nice haircut, clean shaven, and he dresses in streetwear, but he looked put together. He said he was outside, and the renter, one of his renters came out and said, "Hey man, get off the property. You don't belong here. Like I don't want you on the property. You're not a renter here." And he claims, which there's no record of this conversation, but he claims that the white man came out and said, "Well," he told the white man, "I own this place." And the white man didn't believe him and called the police. Now, my mind, godly wisdom mind, Brandon Tatum, says that I don't see color in that. I see either one or two things, miscommunication or ignorant person. I don't see, oh, he did it because you were black. If you out somewhere, how do you know he wouldn't have done it if you were white? You're not white, so how would you know? And the fact that rich black man, one of his thoughts was that it had to be about race was crazy to me. I just don't understand. I don't understand people doing that. All right, I'm out of time. I was going to play this one clip, but I'll save it for tomorrow. Let me give you a preview. This is stuff I'll be talking about. Let's play the other clip, the next one. Let's play this one. This is stuff I'll be talking about. On Martin Luther King holiday, you would think the people of the melanin will be getting along at least on that day. Look at what happened in a Martin Luther King rally. Look at what happened. Roll the clip. Do you see a white person in there somewhere? I don't see no white people. Oh, the white people coming to the rescue. Police. This is what we do to each other on Martin Luther King in front of his sign right there. There's a couple Mexican brothers jumping in. Police. Look at it. This is what we do to each other though. But it's hard being black in America because of the white man. But this is what we doing. Let's go to the other clip. White dude summed it up pretty good. Do we have that clip? We might not have that clip. I may have forgot to give it to you. Maybe it's him. Roll the clip.
Okay, honestly, I was just trying to catch the Martin Luther King Day parade, but I guess every year they get into this crazy like fight. The kids.
Here we go, fight. Here we go. It's this one right here with the long ponytail. See? Here we go.
twerking. What? All right, I can't watch it no more. But I grew up in a community like this. Like, it's sad that this is how.
It's hard for a black person to grow in America, right? The white man's to blame, right? No. Reason why a lot of black people in jail, a lot of black people in jail, because their own community. I've been in a black community before. I lived on West Beach Road, that's all black community. Everybody knew we were right there. Cedar Street, same thing. Winsboro Arms, all black community right there. Middle 6. I lived in an area with a lot of blacks, and the exact same thing is going on, the exact thing is going on, I've seen personally happen. But they quit to blame the white person for every little thing. Why is that? Because the white person has been blamed for 200 something years for every little mistake the black community does. Oh, it's white man's fault because he held us back. No. Y'all didn't want to listen. Y'all blame the white man because it's easy to blame instead of blaming yourselves. Just like the fucking bitches on The View trying to blame racism on the white man when it's really blacks hating each other. So, get to the video.
Black people in these communities act. I wouldn't say nothing if y'all showed me a video of white people doing this. I wouldn't say a thing. But you ain't got them celebrating Columbus Day or something and they out there fighting each other. Like Marxist Luther King Day.